You know, he's coming back this round with a little bit more grace, but overall, I would say no. I didn't see the kind of the determination that I wanted to see.
Well, whatever determination he might have mustered could have been blunted by that right hand that Hopkins just hit him with.
Yeah, well, he's coming on right now. I think he's making his final big effort right now. He's fighting a very determined fight, but to be honest with you, even physically, he just doesn't look that strong. No.
And when he lands a couple left hands, Hopkins is easily able to back him off with equally solid rights.
Good right hand lead, right inside. Bernard is just barreling his way in and bullying him around.
Hopkins isn't a particularly hard puncher, but he's a stern puncher.
At this stage, he doesn't put combinations together. He doesn't flow. He just throws one punch at a time for the most part. And then he pushes you and butts you with his head either way. But he very seldom puts a lot of punches together. See there? Perfect example.
Tarver got in one left hand over the top. Hopkins coming back.
He's walking through him now.
Haven't seen this much go forward in Bernard Hopkins in a long, long time. And you said it before the fight. He had to go back to being the Bernard Hopkins who fought Antoine Eccles in rough, aggressive performances.
Well, we've seen him do it, Jim, I think, but late in fights.
Late in the fight, so last
and now he feels that Tarver is weakening, and so he's a little bit less inclined to be defensive.
And I think in the fight with Jermaine Taylor, I think he felt Jermaine Taylor's strength in the first round. He's a young, strong, hard-punching kid, and he was a little cautious that he wouldn't fight until the end of the fight.
Wonder if in this coming week, Jermaine Taylor might be getting a little bit more credit for what he accomplished against Bernard Hopkins. Hopkins looking this good tonight against Tarver. Tarver gets in one left hand. Hopkins missed with the right hand in return. That was one of the better moments of the whole fight for Antonio. It's probably been his second best or best round in the fight, and he may not be in position to win it anyway.
He came out very determined this round. I think this was a round that he was going to make a change. It would be this round. And he's not been effective to mount any clean, effective punches for the most part still. He's fought with more aggression, and that's about it, but he hasn't landed many clean punches.
He's fighting Bernard Hopkins' fight. One punch at a time, rough, piecemeal.
Bernard makes every opponent fight his fight because it's such an unusual, awkward, but effective style in the way he uses it.
Hopkins raises his gloves to the audience, and they respond with approval.
You're giving too much ground, Antonio. You gotta stand your ground. When you get done punching, he's coming back with punches, okay? And you retreating, all right? Let's go, baby. Now listen, let's go back, Antonio. Everything you're throwing is to the head. Go to his body, man. You gotta stop putting combinations together. You get him on the ropes and you're swinging for the head, okay? Start downstairs, then work your way up.
Start pushing him back now, X. We're gonna start pushing him back.
Get into that yard.
Let's not fall asleep. Let's not get away from the game, baby. Okay, baby? Let's not get away. We're looking for the right hand. We step into our left. This cliche southpaw stuff, baby. There's nothing fancy about this guy. You understand me? There's nothing fancy about this guy. Feint.
CompuBox numbers on the 8th round. Tarver 10 out of 46. That's his high punch output for the fight. Hopkins 9 out of 29. Not an easy round to score. Maybe Antonio gave himself a chance to win it simply by throwing more and looking as though he was more determined than in previous rounds. Most authoritative punch there, the right hand by Hopkins. Again, the most effective punch in the exchange was the right hand by Hopkins.
Well, Hopkins is pinpointing and very accurate with his punches. His little short right hand lead through the center is very effective because of the way that Tarver keeps his left glove over to his side. So Bernard is pushing this shot right in between. He tried it again.
Break, clean break, step out.
Tarver's jab is getting him nothing. He's not landing it. He's not in any way bothering Hopkins with it. He's not setting up anything with it. Tarver's jab won't help him unless he throws it out there hard, over and over.
You know, the one thing that I was impressed with Bernard, even in the loss to Jermaine Taylor, I talked to him afterwards. I said, it's amazing you still have your coordination. You know, you just had a particular fighter that was very difficult, but your coordination is still very good. And right here, he's actually better coordinated than Tarver, who's the younger fighter.
Gifted athlete, Bernard Hopkins. And a fighter who has done very little to despoil his gifts. No bad habits. Gym rat of the highest order. He has lived a monastic fighter's existence ever since coming out of prison at age 22. 4.5 years in prison for Bernard Hopkins before his professional boxing career began. He says that's where he learned the lessons that ultimately allowed him to become a very disciplined man.
My break.
I thought I saw Tarver land a short right hook in that occasion.
That would be an event. Meanwhile, the crowd is up and watching fist fights that are taking place elsewhere in the arena.
My break. Nice and clean.
That's what Atlantic City is known for.
Rolling on the boardwalk. Big left hook by Hopkins. Tarver in trouble again as the round comes to a close.
You gotta stop retreating.
9 rounds in the books.
You gotta stop going back. You're going back too much. Come on, baby. You gotta stand your ground. Everything you're doing, you got knockout written on it. Keep it sharp. Come on, Antonio. Let's go. You gotta bite down now. We got 3 more rounds, baby. You gotta bite down.
This is your legacy, Ock. Right, and we ain't letting nothing happen like happened before. Right. This is your legacy.
That's right. Don't give it away.
We're gonna finish this heavy. Push him back. We're gonna Trinidad this, baby.
Beautiful. Keep taking this good.
X Factor, same thing. Walk it to my left. Feint. Push him back.
Here you see Bernard shooting a straight right hand, taking advantage of the bad hand position of Tarver, which way he keeps his left hand too far to the side, and Bernard has found a little gap, and he's steadily going through that gap with those right hand leads.
Average power punches per round. Tarver 4 out of 18. Hopkins 9 out of 25. It's been Bernard's fight all the way, start to finish. Harold Letterman, how do you have it through 9?
89, 81, 8 rounds to 1. Bernard Hopkins. Jim, I'll tell you something. He's winning this fight easy as pie. There's no doubt about it. I don't know what's the matter with Antonio Tarver. The guy doesn't get off. He doesn't snap that right hand. Bernard moves in, gets off the first punch. Nails him with solid right hands. 8-1, Hopkins.
I think it's a little bit closer than that, but plainly Hopkins is in command.
This is the 10th round of a scheduled 12. Antonio Tarver has not yet been able to produce the urgency, the intensity, or anything of technical competence necessary to turn things around.
I give credit to Hopkins for not letting him do it.
And if Antonio Tarver needs a knockout against Bernard Hopkins in the last 3 rounds, what an imposing task that is.
Good luck.
Yeah, Tarver's never had a knockout past the 10th.
And Hopkins has never been knocked out. He's only been down in 1 fight in his career.
Segundo Mercado knocked him down twice.
Right hand leads. Seems like Bernard right now is not going for the knockout himself. He seems to be very content to ride through the fight just the way it's going, feeling he's going to win a decision. If the knockout comes, fine, but I'm not going to try to make it happen anymore and take a risk.
Well, that's great strategy. That's the way for him to win the fight. That's just all-out smart fighting.
Especially at 41.
100%. Guy who hasn't made too many mental errors in his career. Maybe he started too slowly against Jermaine Taylor twice, though. If so, he's making up for it tonight. And he got a fast start in this fight.
Very good start.
Well, and the important thing is he's been able to sustain it.
Hopkins just wearing Tarver down through the course of the fight. Sugar Ray Robinson led Joey Maxim through 13 rounds at Yankee Stadium in 1952 and then collapsed from heat exhaustion.
Yeah. At this stage here, Bernard really would sit down and go all out. I believe he could stop Tarver, but I don't think he's going to do it.
I think Tarver is so discouraged at this point.
Too.
That makes him vulnerable.
He's very, very weak. His punches and his misses. He doesn't look strong mentally or physically.
And he took 2 big shots at a knockout, and Bernard grinned to entertain the crowd.
Bernard is winning the decision.
Chased him across the ring to finish the 10th round, and the crowd exults in its adoration for Bernard, the Executioner Hopkins.
We're not gonna bullshit with him. We're not gonna get cute. We're gonna whoop his ass and retire like no other man.
That's right.
Like no other man.
Close the show. Close the show.
Jab going. No matter what, keep the jab going. Don't retreat. Just keep pulling and throw feint. Okay? Keep pulling and throw feint. Okay, babe? Look at me. All right, you gotta think of it. Look at me. Think about that now, okay? Just throw the jab and stay. Keep the feints going with the jab. Hard jab. Okay? Don't go for no home runs. Okay? All right, don't stand there and take a whole lot of shots. All right?
I don't understand those instructions.
I don't either.
I mean, he's behind on points. Every punch that he throws, he should have knockout hopes to connect with something. Every punch should have knockout written on it.
Antonio Tarver has landed in single digits by CompuBox count in 8 of the 10 rounds. It's no way to win a fight.
Well, that's why Hopkins lost to Taylor in their first fight.
Both of Tarver's eyes are swelling. Excuse me, Larry.
He landed an average of 5 punches a round for the first 8 rounds of the first fight with Taylor.
Hopkins so much quicker on the trigger than Tarver throughout the fight.
He would sit down and really drive the punch straight through. He would really hurt him, too.
I think he's going to knock him out. Just like he knocked out Trinidad in Madison Square Garden. I think he will
he's
finish
there to
him.
be knocked out if he wants to step it up.
I think he's going to finish him. What a performance by Hopkins. And a knockout would be a fabulous signature for his career.
Yes, it would be.
Tarver is not as spent as Trinidad was that night.
He might be just as discouraged, though.
Well, he should be.
Emmanuel, how can you retire off a performance like this?
That's a great performance. Great performance. I don't know. It's going to be a big test. Big decision.
Well, he says he's already made it, and he seems sincere. But, of course, fighters have retired with great sincerity in the past and then unretired with just as much sincerity.
Indeed.
But it wouldn't surprise me to see Bernard do it because he doesn't have that excessive ego, and he seemingly has handled his money always very well. So I think those 2 things, as far as the limelight and needing money, I think they won't be factors with him, and he may retire and stay retired.
We got another option for you. Benji Esteves may have to stop the fight because of the swelling in Tarver's eyes. I'm not sure he's going to be able to see in the 12th out of the right eye.
Hands are free, working it.
Antonio Tarver, to paraphrase Duke Ellington, he's got it bad.
And that ain't good. All right, we showed our age on that one. Collectively.
Are we any older than these guys? 78 is old in dog years.
I got you.
We're older than Hopkins. The footwork, the combination bunching. Bernard's getting better from round to round. Now he switches southpaw. He's just toying with this.
Yeah, he's just having
a good time.
Humiliating him, really, what he's doing at this stage.
5 seconds.
And Tarver can't do anything about it.
How big a favorite did you say Tarver was, Larry?
3-1.